Hi, everyone. As most of you know, James Yeager died yesterday. That been September 2nd. This is certainly a sad time for his family, his friends, and the firearms training community. And despite standing here with a sad and heavy heart, I'm going to do my best to remain upbeat. And the reason for that is because this is a chance for me to remember James, to relive some of my memories of him, and for some of you who may not have known him to get a glimpse of who he was. Uh, I met James and his brother Barry in 1994, and the late 90s was a very close friend of James. I considered him one of my best friends. And not until I left Paris, Tennessee in 1998 to begin my law enforcement career did I not see James on a regular basis. Still saw him some after that. Remember seeing him in 1999, I believe it was, when he was hosting a bunch of classes with Andy Stanford when James was the chief of police in Big Sandy. He invited me to attend those classes and took fighting rifle in 2007. Last saw James in 2020 at SHOT Show. And even though we had not seen each other or spoken to each other in several years, it was just like picking up right where we had left off. Just a truly amazing guy, a great friend. And I just want to share a few of my memories of James. Uh, he was a very dynamic personality, what many would refer to as a love him or hate him type of guy. And I loved him. And I just want to share these memories that I have of him. Uh, James was a very giving person. It give you the shirt off of his back if he knew it would help you. When I was going through the police academy in 1998, I put a Smith & Wesson 642 revolver on layaway at a gun store in Camden. James was working there. Came back just prior to my academy graduation to pick the gun up, and James gave me two holsters for the revolver. One of them was a Galco ankle glove, and I'm on my third or fourth version of that holster today. It's been my constant companion as a backup gun. And I thanked you for the holsters then, James. And once again, thank you. Those holsters, especially that Galco one, served me very well over the years. Um, Another memory I had of James, James and I were bouncers, if you can believe that, at a bar slash club in Paris, Tennessee. One night, one of the regular troublemakers had too much to drink, big shocker there, and James told him he had to leave. Well, dude wanted none of that and started picking a fight with James. So James tells him, hey, if you want to fight, we can take this outside. So James gets me, and we go with the guy to one of the side door to the club. And dude walks out. James and I follow him outside. And when dude turns around to take a fighting stance, James just walks back inside. I follow him, and James slams the door on dude, and it's locked, and he can't come back in. James goes to the front of the business and tells the guy working, like, hey, don't let him back in. So that is a classic Roadhouse scene. And at the time, I had not seen Roadhouse. And I thought that was just the coolest thing. And not sure if James had seen Roadhouse and was inspired by it, or just had the common sense to de-escalate the situation in that nature. But either way, for me, it was a cool thing to see and one of my memories of James. Flash forward a year or so later, I'm newly married. I'm at home late at night, asleep, and next thing you know, I'm awakened to a police siren in my front yard and police lights, emergency equipment going. Peek out the window, and that's what I see. So I make my way to the front door, open it up, and there's James. He's like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm like, "What is going on?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, I just happened to be in the area. Thought I'd say hey." And can't remember if he had a transport from Benton County to Henry County or why he had to be there, but he was in the area and he just stopped by to say hi. Just the kind of guy he was. So I have other memories of James, and I regret that I didn't stay closer with him over the years so that I have more. That's on me. But again, just a very caring and giving guy, and a great asset to the firearms training community out there. And James, just looking at what you've done as one firearms trainer to another, all I can say is, wow, you did well. You did really well, and you have left a legacy with your family, with your students, and with tactical response that you can be proud of and that will live on for years to come. So, yeah, love you, miss you. Hate that I didn't get a chance to see you before you passed, but you will not be forgotten. And for the rest of you guys out there, hold on to those friends. Reach out to those you haven't spoken to in a while. Don't let them slip away. And you all stay safe. Take care.